All right, so Christmas in Scandinavia. I just wanted to remind everybody that the board for the Scandinavian Club is meeting. Karina, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I mean, we've been meeting every month. We meet over Zoom. We've been putting together plans for, the upcoming months. We have a movie night that's coming up from the movie special interest group, but I'm not sure the exact day. Is that maybe next Friday?
All right.
And then we have our coffees, virtual coffees and virtual scantinis that continue, and we'll have as many as we can plan and that attract your interest. We want to see you there, and we hope that you join us. The board is just, we're adapting as things have changed, and I think we're doing a pretty good job. Continuing to meet, continuing to offer events for this group. I've been moved by the connection that this group allows and provides for so many who are also, feeling isolated right now. I don't know, is there anything else that I can add?
No, that was great. If anybody wants to offer any suggestions or learns of ways that their clubs or groups are doing something, get with the board and let us know those ideas so that we can check it out and figure out how we can maybe do that as well, because we're definitely going to be doing this for a few more months.
Yeah.
So this year's program is all about Christmas in Scandinavia, but from a media side. So we're taking advantage of the fact that we're all going to be on Zoom and we're all looking at a screen. So we're going to talk about the holiday traditions that Scandinavian clubs have on the screen, or their TV to be specific. And in the United States, we've got our cherished traditions of the Grinch Who Stole Christmas, A Christmas Story, Charlie Brown's Christmas, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, just to name a few of the things that, unless it's on TV, it's just not Christmas. And each Scandinavian country has its own traditions along those lines. We're going to visit Denmark first, and the video that we're going to use is actually a YouTube blogger, and she's going to talk all about Scandinavian traditions in Denmark.
Hey there, beautiful faces, and Merry Christmas! In today's video I'm going to talk about some Danish Christmas traditions because many of you have actually requested that. It is a bit different than your typical American Christmas we are all exposed to on television, but let's just get into it right now, shall we? In the days December 1st up until December 24th, it is not hard to get the children out of bed in the morning in Denmark. Because in Denmark we have our fair share of little present Christmas calendars. It's very different which type of calendar each person gets, but I think it's safe to say that everyone in Denmark has at least one of these following three. We actually have something called pakkekalender, which directly translated is present calendar. It's usually a homemade calendar consisting of 24 different presents tied to the 24 different dates on some sort of fabric or rope. It can come in many different forms depending on the family, but usually the gifts are not that big. They're just little fun things which are completely useless, but the joy of waking up to a present every morning just overcomes the boring realization of receiving a Darth Vader pen. Actually, that sounds awesome. The next calendar I'm going to mention is a TV Christmas calendar. Denmark has two bigger channels called DR1 and TV2, and every year they take turns in creating a new Christmas TV series. And you guessed it, they have 24 episodes. They both show a Christmas TV series every year, but only one of them will get to have a brand new one. For example, this year it's DR1's turn to make the new one, and then TV2 are just showing an old classic from 1994. And it's actually my favorite one ever. Peace! The Danish Christmas calendar party don't stop with the presents. It can also be seen in our decorations, and these decorations are actually mandatory to have in your home during December in Denmark. We have calendar candles which again show the 24 different dates up until Christmas, and each day you have to bring the date of the day down. Well, the date of the day down, the date of the day down. Again, it differs from family to family how this decoration looks like. Many people like doing these decorations themselves in clay, where they put the candle in the middle and surround it with Christmas and forest themed things, but I like it more simple. Or I like the chances of not setting my apartment on fire if I forget it is on. The Danish Christmas tree is real, like it's a real tree. It's not made out of plastic. It has grown out of the ground. I can't address this enough. Some people even go out and cut down a tree themselves to bring back home. And even though the stores are beginning to sell these plastic trees, the market for the real ones are way bigger still. You can get them everywhere. When decorating the tree, we always put a gold or silver star on top of it. We mainly decorate it with festoons of Danish flags, which is, by the way, something only Danish people do, I think. We decorate it with little cornets containing cookies or candy, handmade paper hearts, small toy music instruments, Christmas crackers, and of course candle lights. Mostly fake, but even the fake candle lights are made to look like real candlesticks. I think a Danish Christmas tree is just very old school, and I love it. In Denmark, December 24th is the night of our Christmas dinner and the night we get our presents. We don't have anything called Christmas morning on the 25th. We do it all on December 24th, so that is our real Christmas. Like, none of us can ever imagine opening our presents in the morning. Like, seriously? While the sun is up? Can you even do that? I have just woken up. Is it even safe? I guess some people do go to church in the morning on December 24th, but I also think they're a minority. Christmas really is more of a tradition here than it is a religious thing. Like, we don't celebrate Christmas to honor Jesus or any biblical character. We celebrate Christmas to be with our families and show them that we love them. After the Christmas dinner, we sing and dance around the Christmas tree. Well, the older you are, the more you just walk around it, but we do this before unwrapping the presents. Unlike the very well-known Christmas morning frenzy, in Denmark we unwrap the presents slowly, like one at a time. A present is picked from under the tree, and whoever the tag says it belongs to gets to unwrap the present while everyone is watching. And this continues until all the presents are gone, so it can take hours if you are many people. Personally, I love that it's not just a quick event. The 25th and the 26th are public holidays in Denmark where everything is closed except for some supermarkets. Again, we don't have anything called Christmas morning on the 25th. So the 25th is just a hyggelig day for sleeping in, checking out your presents from the night before, and watching a whole lot of traditional Christmas television. The 26th is often used for those Christmas lunches I talked about earlier, and after that is off to the stores once more to prepare for yet another party. New Year's Eve. So that was it with this video, guys. I hope you're satisfied with my point of view on the Danish Christmas traditions. I obviously can't speak for everyone in Denmark, but I think it's safe to say that most Danish families celebrate their Christmas this way.
So that was Denmark. I'm giving about 5 minutes per country. And we'll make all of these YouTube links available to all the club members if you want to. I have clipped some of these so that they can be better on time. And next we're going to Iceland. So Iceland, you're almost guaranteed a white Christmas in Iceland, and the northern lights often appear during the holiday season in Iceland. So back in the day, people would normally give a candle and some playing cards as Christmas gifts, but in modern times it's almost certain that people will receive at least one book, as Icelanders are obsessed with books, especially during Christmas holidays. One other big Christmas custom is the coming of the Joulurauhan, or the Yuletime lads. And these are magical people who come from the mountains, and I've got another video for that.
We're too young to talk about forever, talk about the weather, to know any better. I just
According to Icelandic legend, the Yule lads are the 13 sons of the mountain trolls, Grýla and her lazy husband. They used to be mischievous pranksters, but are now much kinder these days. Each day in the 13 days before Christmas, one Yule lad visits and leaves a present or a rotten potato in their children's shoes. So why are the Yule lads in Iceland? Because in Iceland, before the arrival of Christmas and Santa, they celebrated Yule, a pagan celebration of the winter solstice. As well as the Yule lads, there are other fascinating Christmas creatures, like Grilla. Grilla is a mean she-troll, descended from an ancient, respectable line of glacier trolls. Grilla is said to put naughty children in a stupor and cook them up. The Yule cat is a huge and vicious cat from the Icelandic folklore. He is said to eat people who don't receive new clothes for Christmas by Christmas Eve. He is the sheepcoat clod. He's very set in his way. Some claim he secretly practices yoga, but this has never been confirmed. This little Yule lad is the window peeper, a voyeur of disturbing proportions. He's been arrested more often than any other Yule lad and is always getting into trouble. He is the sausage swiper. No one loves processed meat more than him. He's the skyr gobbler. Loves his milk products, especially skyr. The cat grabber, one of the old Yule lads that didn't make it to the final 13. He loves animals, especially cats. The door slammer. He is the most quick-tempered of all the brothers. He's a sore loser. Stubby is the shortest one of the Yule lads. He always tries to make himself taller. In fact, we saw him downtown in Reykjavik, hanging on the side of a building. Sad sack. She is the Yule lad's little sister. She gathers up any sadness or stress during the Yule season and puts it into a sad sack.
To talk about forever, talk about the weather, to know any better.
Next, we're going to Norway. And in Norway, they have a few traditions that I learned about. As in Finland, a sheaf of wheat is often left out for the birds to eat over Christmas. Also, a type of rice porridge is sometimes left for the nisse, who was believed to guard the farm animals. But since 1975, the NRK television station shows 3 gifts for Cinderella every Christmas Eve. Similar to Dinner for One, it has become a holiday classic in Norway, although it is not a Christmas movie per se. The movie is based on a Czechoslovakian version of the tale of Cinderella, with a feminist approach in which the prince actively pursues the skilled hunter Cinderella before she falls under his charm. The film was originally released in Czech and German, but NRK broadcasts it in Norwegian. And I have a small piece of this, and it is...
Jurasek, jeg har med noe til deg. Tenk at nå er det 3 år siden jeg fikk deg av far. Jeg skulle så gjerne tatt en ridetur igjen, men jeg får ikke lov. Alle står på hodet nå når kongen skal komme. Jeg kommer tilbake senere. Er det ikke kommet ennå? Det er ikke en sjel å se, frue. Si fra med det samme du ser dem. Ja, det var nok Askepott igjen.
And you'll have to watch to see what happens. And another big one in Norway is Jul I Belfjell. I'm sorry, Blåfjell. And this is a very, very large one, very popular. It's about as popular, I would say, as A Christmas Story here in the United States. And in fact, they have even created Broadway shows or musicals in theaters based on it. And I have a small clip about, I believe this is the sequel.
Det var en gang I et fjell langt, langt borte, hvor det bodde et folk som het blånisser.
Hva blånissenes viktigste regel?
Og blant dem en prinsesse som var redd for alt. Kan ikke du prøve å gå ut en gang?
Hun bare ikke modig.
Hvis man aldri redd, så kan man heller aldri være modig. Men så skjer noe som forandrer alt.
Du har fått gråsyne, og da tar livet slutt.
Min far kan ikke se blåfargen lenger.
Hans tid snart omme.
Men det må da være noe som kan få ham frisk igjen.
Det noe som husfolkene har. For å redde den hun elsker høyest,
Skal du ut?
må hun gjøre det hun frykter mest.
Det fjellrose. En blånisse jeg traff på veien.
Blånisse?
Hvor dere?
Han leter etter oss.
Vi må ut!
Fremmede I Blåfjell.
Et fjells hemmelighet.
Hva det som skinner sånn?
Man skal ikke bry tankene sine med det man ikke har noe med.
Kom meg inn, skal dere se!
Og alles liv
Har du ledet en av husfolkene hit?
I fare. En magisk julefortelling. Om mot. Vennskap. Og nisser. Et eventyr for hele familien. Julenatt I Blåfjell. På kino fra 13. november.
I think we might have a future movie for us. And that takes care of Norway. The next we're going to visit is Sweden. And I have the most familiarity here, having spent time on Christmas in Sweden. And there was a few things that I really enjoyed on Christmas TV. And one of them was a cartoon from the 70s. And let's see, the cartoon is actually 1975. And it was a story about Karl Bertil Jonsson's Christmas. And he is a postal worker who decides that the rich don't need their presents and that the poor should receive it instead. And so he miraculously gets away with giving away presents that are going through the mail to the poor, and the people appreciate him for it. And it's an interesting change in social dynamic. It's a little bit debated even in Sweden. but I've got just a little bit of that one to show.
Det var en gång en jul för länge sedan då man ännu kunde se fattiga människor gå omkring på gatorna. På den tiden var det ingen skam att vara fattig, så trashankar och avsigkomna stackare behövde inte hålla sig borta ur folks åsyn utan strövade fritt omkring. När den här julen som sagan handlar om närmade sig blev det som vanligt ett bakande och korvstoppande, ett fejande och putsande, ett rumsterande och paketerande och ett vansinnigt uppsving i affärsverksamheten som gjorde de rika knösarna till affärsmän ännu rikare och de fattiga satarna till kunder ännu fattigare. På ett av postkontoren i landets huvudstad stod Karl-Bertil Jonsson och sorterade inkommande paket. Karl-Bertil Jonsson var 14 år och gick i läroverket, men just nu stod han som sagt var och sorterade inkommande paket. Så här dagarna före jul anställde postverket skolungdomar till att arbeta hela nätterna eftersom den ordinarie personalen slutade klockan 17. Nu tycker ni kanske synd om Karl-Bertil Jonsson för att han fick stå där hela nätterna och sortera inkommande paket. Då ska jag tala om för er att egentligen var det alls ingen synd om Karl-Bertil Jonsson inte. Han kom från ett välbärgat hem. Hans pappa hade ett stort varuhus och blev dagligen allt förmögnare på bordlöpare och tomtebloss. Men Karl-Bertil tyckte i alla fall att det var roligt att tjäna lite pengar själv. Medan Karl-Bertil Jonsson stod och slängde in paket med påskriften Aktas glas på stengolvet i fragila avdelningen tänkte han på Robin Hood. Robin Hood var Karl-Bertil Jonssons idol. För det här var på den tiden då en 14-årings idoldyrkan inte nödvändigtvis behövde vara av sexuell natur. Hjälp!
And you can see more of that one in the link as well. The last one for Sweden is probably one of the most popular. Everybody talks about Donald Duck and Christmas. And the interesting thing is that everybody at 3 o'clock on Christmas Eve stops what they're doing and gathers around the TV to watch Kalle Anka and hans vänner önskar God Jul, or Donald Duck and his friends wish you a Merry Christmas, which is in fact a Walt Disney Presents Christmas special cartoon, which is in English called From All of Us to All of You, and it started in 1958. The tradition dates way back to 1959 when the showing of the short Disney cartoons on Christmas Eve was the only chance for Swedes to see any Disney or popular animations in Sweden. So now each year a different host introduces the cartoons and clips of the latest Disney films and is added. And the shorts include Santa's Workshop, Clown of the Jungle, Pluto's Christmas Tree, Mickey's Trailer, Ferdinand the Bull, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Cinderella, Jungle Book, Robin Hood, and one of my favorites, Lady and the Tramp, which is known as Lady and Lufsan. And it is, I've got a bit here for you.
Innan vi börjar vill vi gärna säga från oss alla till er alla en riktigt god jul. Föreställningen kan börja. Benjamin och Musse står som vanligt för programmet. Och nu ska ni få träffa en rad gamla vänner, både Snövit, Lady och Lufsen och andra ni känner. Ja, vi ska också ta er med på äventyr med Kalle Anka, Askungen, Tjuren Ferdinand, Mowgli, Robin Hood och till sist de små skojarna Piff och Puff som gärna vill berätta om när granen skulle kläs.
To all of you, it's good to have you with us. Now here we go, and here's our show that says a Merry Christmas, a very Merry Christmas.
Just nu sitter väl många och väntar på tomten, men vi ska besöka honom och titta in i hans julklappsverkstad. Håll i er nu, ta någon hårt i hand, så ger vi oss av till tomteland.
And actually, it's very popular for a Christmas program to have the song Bella Notte from The Lady in Lufsen.
And now from Lady and the Tramp. A dinner date on Christmas Eve with twinkling stars above. A pretty song to fill the night will help you fall in love.
Lady och Lufsen skriver ett julkort som handlar om en förtrollad kväll. Det var en kväll när stjärnorna lyste och alla var lyckliga. Det var den kväll som Lufsen skulle bjuda Lady på en riktig festmåltid. De gick till Lufsens gamle vän Tony.
Hans närhet sluts du in i dess trollska rikedom.
En sån natt, det är ungdomens natt, som vi kallar Bella-natten.
That was just a small portion of that. But next we are finally, we're going to go on to Finland, and in recognition of Finland's National Day, which was December 6th, we are going to hear part of the national anthem for them. So the Finnish people believe that Santa Claus lives in Finnish Lapland, north of the Arctic Circle. People from all over the world send letters to Santa Claus in Finland, and there is a big tourist theme park called Christmas Land. And in Finland, the most important Christmas celebration takes place at noon on Christmas Eve, when Christmas peace is proclaimed in Turku, the oldest city in the country. Many a Finnish home is tuned into the age-old ceremony on television. The current format was established in 1903, but the entire tradition dates back to the 1300s. The current format it starts with a hymn, "A Mighty Fortress is Our God," followed by the Declaration of Peace read in both Finnish and Swedish, because Finland being bilingual. The public sings the Finnish national anthem, actually in both languages afterwards, and the event ends with March of the Men of Pori. And I'll just give you an English translation of the Turku Declaration of Christmas Peace. Tomorrow, God willing, is the graceful celebration of the birth of our Lord and Savior, and thus is declared a peaceful Christmas time to all, by advising devotion and to behave otherwise quietly and peacefully, because he who breaks this peace and violates the peace of Christmas by any illegal or improper behavior shall under aggravating circumstances be guilty and punished according to what the law and statutes prescribe for each and every offense separately. Finally, a joyous Christmas feast is wished to all inhabitants of the city. And here is some edited parts of the celebration.
Tervetuloa seuraamaan joulurauhan julistusta Turun vanhalta suurtorilta. Joulurauhan välittäminen täältä Suomen Turusta kaikkiin koteihin on Yleisradion vanhimpia perinteitä. Satoja vuosia sitten suurtori, tässä aivan Turun tuomiokirkon kupeessa, oli Suomen tärkeiden liikenneväylien keskeisin solmukohta. Tässä torilla yhtyivät Hämeen Härkätie, Satakunnasta tuleva tie, Rantatie Viipurista ja Aurajoki. Joulurauha on julistettu tuolta Brinkkalan talon parvekkeelta jo yli 130 vuoden ajan. Itse julistus juontaa juurensa aina 1300-luvulle saakka. Brinkkalan talo on muuten peräisin ainakin 1500-luvulta. Se on toiminut muun muassa venäläisen kenraalikuvernöörin asuntona ja hotellina. Välkommen att följa med utlysningen av julfreden vid Gamla Stortorget i Åbo. Sändningen från Åbo hör till Yles äldsta traditioner. Julfreden härstammar från 1300-talet och i den här formen har ceremonin funnits i över 100 år. Och allt börjar nu vara färdigt för årets upplaga av julfreden.
Huomenna, jos Jumala suo, on meidän Herramme ja Vapahtajamme armorikas syntymäjuhla. Ja julistetaan siis täten yleinen joulurauha, kehoittamalla kaikkia tätä juhlaa asiankuuluvalla hartaudella viettämään, sekä muutoin hiljaisesti ja rauhallisesti käyttäytymään. Sillä se, joka tämän rauhan rikkoo ja joulujuhlaa jollakin laittomalla taikka sopimattomalla käytöksellä häiritsee, on raskauttavien asianhaarain vallitessa syypää siihen rangaistukseen, jonka laki ja asetukset kustakin rikoksesta ja rikkomuksesta erikseen säätävät. Lopuksi toivotetaan kaupungin kaikille asukkaille riemullista joulujuhlaa. I morgon vill Gud infaller vår Herres och Frälsares nåderika födelsefest och var där förtu härigenom en allmän julfred, kungjord och påbjuden, med åtvarning till envar att denna högtid med tillbörligt andakt fira och i övrigt iakttaga ett stilla och fridsamt uppförande, emedan den som häremot bryter samt julhögtiden genom något olagligt eller otillbörligt förfarande oskärar, gör sig under försvårande omständigheter förfallen till det straff, lag och författningar för varje brott och överträdelse särskilt påbjuda, Slutligen tillönskar stadens samtliga invånare en fröjdefull julhelg.
And you guys can watch the entire thing again with the link as you would like. And that concludes our tour of the Scandinavian countries and the Christmas through the television screen. I hope you've enjoyed it. I really enjoyed putting this program together for all of you.
Mikael, kära Mikael. Jag har inte några ord för det vackra vi har sett. Så underbart att se hela Norden samlad med dessa bilder, dessa tal och denna musik. Mikael, tusen tack ska du ha och skål på dig, Mikael. Hej!
Yes, thank you, Michael, and everybody. I invite you to turn your videos back on if you want to join us and unmute yourselves for conversation. Thank you, Michael, again.
That was pretty
beautiful.
nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we are recording this, so you guys can watch this again or share this. I'll get it up on a YouTube channel so that it's shared with people.
Thank you very much, Michael.
Oh, my pleasure.
This
Did anybody have
interesting.
any childhood memories from this?
You know, Taylor and Tyler and I lived in Malmo for 2 years, and we celebrated 2 Christmas. And I remember very well eating a very nice meal on Christmas Eve, and then watching Donald Duck and his friends and falling asleep every time because you're so full at that point that you can't stay awake for the whole thing anyway.
Yeah, in this house, in the Hellström house, as we're getting into the morning of Donald Duck in Sweden, which is 9 o'clock our time, we have every morning that I recall turned into the Swedish TV, and we watch the Donald Duck with friends, and the breakfast consists of herring, akvavit with the herring. It consists of the dopp i grytan, which is dipping the bread in the fat remains of the ham, and it ends with a glögg and a coffee and the pepparkakor and the Lucia buns. And it is one of the best things I know since I was a kid and got the present the same afternoon. Michael, thanks so much for a great show.
Thank you.
Ingemar, do you have something you want to share?
Well, I guess I'm the intruder on your Christmas party here, but I thought I'd just listen in a little bit. Not very many even know who I am, but about 100 years ago, we used to live in Columbus. I think we were members from the maybe 81 to about 90. That's when Volvo transferred me up north. So I've seen a lot of names, during this last hour, and it's fun to see the whole show. You really have done a great job, Michael.
Hi, Ingemar. This is Carl Erickson.
Hi. I think I know that couple.
Hi, Ingemar.
Good afternoon. Good Jul to all of you. It's fun. You've got a large group, Michael.
We've got a very live group, yes.
Yeah, and well, large because actually Cleveland, we had this yesterday, a little Lucia, and I think we only had 15 or 20. So I've been humbled here by your success.
No,
so it's great to see everybody, and I really enjoyed it, and the whole thing has been beautiful. Thank you, and God Jul and Merry Christmas to all of you.
Yeah, God Jul.